Right, Shabbat Shalom on this day of atonement, October 1st, 2025. This Wednesday afternoon, October 1st, 2025. And this is a sit-down lesson of the M.O.T.B news updates as of October 1st, 2025. And the Heavenly Father, true name is Yahweh, and His only one Son, Bahashem, and Random Mashak Hamshai, Resurrection Games, and Ancient Covenant Hebrew, the last work I should have done. And I said, walk upon to the elders and apostles while I qualify once more. I'd like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Hashem, Kakadash. And once again, walk upon to the elders and apostles while I qualify, I say Shalom. And this is from the AI overview, and especially when we're seeing, with the recent pushing of the European central banks, they're leading towards more and more digital money. Because of course it's the CBC plot, the CBC trial, the CBC test, and then I believe they're gonna make a full rollout of that starting, I would say, 2026, and they're gonna give a full rollout in 2029. Especially like a couple of days ago, we had the Prime Minister storm rollout about the digital currency. I mean, the digital dollar that they're gonna push forth during the during the end of Parliament, I believe. They're saying that they're going to implement the digital ID. So in order for you to be fully employed in the UK and be fully a citizen that works in the UK, it's mandatory. It's demanded to have that digital ID. It's required for you to use to have digital ID, especially if you're working in the UK. Just like the United States had that real ID a couple of months back. So, that's sort of an example. We're moving towards that direction. With the digital dollar, the real ID, the Bitcoin, the stablecoin, cryptocurrency, digital money, digital banking, the digital dollar, digital wallet, the digital money, the digital currency. So everything moving towards an economical digital currency. This is the signs of it. So very soon, everything's going to be paperless. Everything's going to be hard copyless. Everything's going to be cashless. This is a cashless society. The card copyless society as well too. Because everything is more about technology. Digital technology nowadays. Especially with your phone, with your digital wallet, with your phone, technology, digital currency, and all that, for example. Or with your card, with your digital card, with the technology chip they got inside, to either swipe or insert your card with a chip. This is what we're entering into. But very soon it's going to be a fully implemented of the RFID and CHIP as well too. As part of that cooperative of the NARK of the economic system that we're about to 100% fully entering into. It says, I just want to add a side to that. It says, this is from the AI overview. It says the recent news reveals the growing divergences in the development of the central digital currency of the CBCs, with the European Union moving forward with the digital euro, while the U.S. remains hesitant due to privacy concerns. Meanwhile, China continues to expand its digital one pilot. Right, which I did into news updates of that, I would say like a couple of days ago, close to a week ago. Even as the state of coin gains attractions, right, we've seen the state of coin gain attractions from the United States and different other countries as well too. Right on the opposing side, the central currency gaining notice as well too. It says even as stablecoins gain attractions and the challenges. It says the need for a state issued digital money. Right, let's move into that direction. Digital money. So it's going to be on either side the digital currency, from the digital money from the digital currency, or the digital money from the Bitcoin or stablecoin. So both sides are basically like alternatives to digital currency. It says developments in the U.S. and Europe. It says the United States, the Congress hurdles. The House of Representatives passed an anti-central digital currency surveillance act. which prevents the Federal Reserve from issuing a routine essential digital currency. Now, at the same time, I spoke about this previously. Now, even though from the Republican side, even though they did pass the bill, because I believe it was two bills. One was anti-essential digital currency bill, and the essential digital currency bill. So they have a full ban, so it will be another creation of a currency, which they currently have, which is the American dollar, along with stablecoin cryptocurrency. But on the other hand, you're gonna have these democratic states that will fully implement the essential digital currency as their currency, while along with the stablecoins bill too. It's like you had the governor over in Illinois saying that the executive order to have more protection of the stablecoin and to put towards the central digital currencies bill too. It says that we prevent the Federal Reserve from issuing a retail CBDC directly to the public. It says that privacy debate, lawmakers continues to debate the balance between privacy protections and government control. Like I believe the United States, they look at that anti-essential digital currency, they look at that as a privacy concern, and they government control as well too, because they want the consumers and the citizens of America want them to use their control their money. But little do they know, ever since they saying that Genius Act bill, the stablecoin and cryptocurrency, that's going to be part of controlling people's money, with the digital money, digital banking. It's like they're saying that executive order and that as well too. So basically, even though you ban the essential digital currency, but the opposing side, the Bitcoin and the stablecoin, that's still part of another alternative to essential digital currency. It says that lawmakers continues to debate the balance between privacy and protections and the government's control, with different views on whether the essential digital currency can be designed to safeguard individual data. It says the Trump administration stands. The President Donald Trump has banned the federal agencies from creating a essential digital currency from the executive order with the supporting legislations. It says it proposed to make the ban on permanent stablecoin focus. It says that in contrast to the anti-essential digital currency settlements, the U.S. has focused on regulating stablecoins. The U.S. Genius Act was signed by the President in July 2025, which was 3 months ago, and established regulatory framework for dollar-backed stablecoins. The European Union, the digital euro timeline, the European Central Bank is aiming for a 2029 launch date for the digital euro. The innovation platform, the European Central Bank is conducting a second round of experimentation with this digital euro. Innovations of platforms exploring potential for service like conditional payments. Countering stablecoin, the digital euro is positioning as a counterweight to the growing influence of private digital currencies like stablecoin. The wholesale through CBC progress beyond the retail of the digital euro. The European Central Bank is also advancing works on the wholesale through central digital currency for interbank settlements with new projects underway. Right, because we've been seeing the CBC plot, the CBC trial, the CBC test, the wholesales, and the CBC framework. We're seeing progress. Now you're going to have competition between the United States and Europe, with this digital currency or a private central digital currency with that as well too. Stablecoins, it says the wholesale CBC progress beyond the retailers, the digital the European Central Bank is also advancing work on the wholesales and the central digital currency for the interbanking settlements and projects underway. Updates from other countries. It says China remains the largest private and total transactions volume, reaching nearly 1 trillion by mid-2025. However, the adoption has been slower than expected. Some reported resistance from users who are content with the existing payment options. India, on the other hand, India's digital products continues to expand, with the significant growth of circulations and new cases being tested. Brazil's upcoming CDC directs is moving forward with advisors from the Stellar Development Foundations involved. Canada, the Bank of Canada, has shelved its plans for digital versions of its currency. The UK, United Kingdom, the Bank of England is taking a more prospective stance towards the stablecoins, signaling that they will could coexist with the digital currency and the currency financial system. Wider market trends discussions the BIS report. A Bank of International Settlements survey indicated that most central banks are exploring CBC's gap. So we see more companies, more businesses, more local business, all these companies and these businesses, these banks around the world, leaning towards the exploration and the explorations of the central bank, the central bank currency development of that. As we see the trial phase of that, it says central bank collaboration, while efforts into link banks and central bank currency will abandon. Some projects exploring intra-bank settlements using distributed ledgers technology are ongoing policy concerns. Outside the U.S., the debate continues on how the best balance privacy protections with transparency afforded by a digital currency. Stablecoin competition. The proliferation of private stablecoins is backed off fiat currency as pressure of central banks to accelerate their CBC payments. Regulations. So those is the latest updates of that. As we move into much more pushing, central bank currency, the more exploration of it, and more private central bank currencies, right along with the mixture of stable coins, cryptocurrencies, well too. So it can be a digital currency, as we see in the paper dollars and everything in the past in these respective countries around the world going towards that direction. And that's going to fully implement the full adoption of the RFID CHIP technology chip. It's economically technology chip. It's digital currency chip that they want to implant inside your body for it to body seal. Revelation 13 verse 16. With the digital, the digital dollar and the digital money and the digital banking and the digital currency, Bitcoin, stablecoin, cryptocurrency. That's what we call all to that as well too. It says Revelation 13 verse 16, and the cause of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free or bond, to receive a carabiner in their right hand or in their FORE, yes. So if you're a 1% part of the rich, or you're 90% part of the poor, so even if you're rich or poor, free or bond, even if you're upper class or lower class, of the economic perspective around the world, this is what they're going to fully implement. He calls of all this is the son of addition, because you have the short term rule of Revelations 4 verse 1. That's why they're pushing this 2030 agenda of this new economical reform that they're pushing, of this new economic technology. This is Revelations chapter 3 verse 16. He calls of all small, great, rich, and poor, free and bond to receive a carabiner like the RFID CHIP technology, economically, financial chip that they want to implant in your body. In your right hand, or if your left hand or right hand, or in your FORE, which is the upper part of your body, and for you to body seal. Revelations 13 verse 18, it says that no man might body seal, but it's going to be a time where once it comes to be fully implemented, it's going to be a time where that no man might body seal. Say that he had the carabiner, or the number of his name, or the name of the AST, or the name of his name. Revelation 13 verse 18, here is wisdom. Likely says in the book of Daniel 20 verse 4, now it should be increased. Especially Esau with his 15 million cities, his smart cities, and this artificial AI finance technology that they're pushing forth. It says, here is wisdom, let him have understanding, count the number of the BAST, for it is a number of the million. His number is SIX, 200 SIX. So with that, hopefully this sit down lesson was edifying on this Shabbat Shalom on this Day of Atonement, October 1st, 2025. And this was October 1st, 2025. And this was a sit down lesson of the M.O.T.B Shai, Bahashem, Makakadash, the Wakathan to the elders and apostles, Rock,